Welcome to Cards by Kendra. Today I'll be sharing with you how I made this Thinking of You, We'll Weather This Together handmade card. I started out with 80-pound Nina Solar White cardstock to make the background. I used Distress Oxide inks in the colors Stormy Sky and Broken China. I used this dashed stencil from Simon Says Stamp, and I applied VersaMark Dazzle Frost embossing ink through the stencil. Next, I applied clear embossing powder. I heat set this using my heat embossing tool. I learned the hard way a long time ago to use tweezers. I decided to use the Weather Together stamp set for the umbrellas as well as the sentiment that says we'll weather this together. I cut these out using the Umbrella Weather Framelits die set. I also used the dies Thinking of You from this Sizzix Phrases, Thank You, and Flamingo Thinlets set. I cut these out of glittered textured cardstock and regular white cardstock. I wanted it to have a little bit of a shadow so that it would stand out from the blue background of my card base. So I stamped the umbrellas using Ranger Archival ink. Using my stamp apparatus, of course I do this so that I can make multiple images at one time. I placed the stripes for the umbrella on the other side, and I inked this up using Coastal Cabana and Grapefruit Grove so that I could have two different coordinating colors. I took a scrap piece of black cardstock and inked up the sentiment, we'll weather this together, with regular VersaMark ink. And then I coated this with Wow Silver Pearl embossing powder. I always like to use just a card so that I can easily get it back into my container. I flick it just to get the extra powder off. You can use a paintbrush to brush off those extra flakes that you don't want there. And then I heat set this using my heat embossing gun. If I'd thought about it, I probably would have stamped this on a little bit thicker piece of cardstock or maybe layered it a little more. Okay, so now I'm going to start layering my card. I used a top folding card base, which is made of 110-pound Nina Solar White cardstock. Before gluing down the umbrella tops, I decided to coat them with clear Wink of Stella just to give it a little bit of extra sparkle. So now I'm going to adhere the shadow to the back of the Thinking of You word die cuts. I am using a sponging technique where I just put a little bit of liquid glue on the sponge and then dab it onto the back. Now you have to be careful with this because your fingers will get pretty sticky, but I find that this is much easier than using the sticker sheets because I tend to have a lot of waste that way. I'm also going to use the frame out of the glitter cardstock. I don't like to waste things, and I'm placing the Distress Oxide background that I made earlier on top of that, and I'm gluing down the umbrella handles. It took me a few minutes to get this placed just right because I wanted the words to have plenty of room at the top, but I wanted the umbrellas sort of touching each other. And rather than just gluing the umbrella tops down directly onto the card, I decided to use 3D foam squares. Now this little EK Success powder tool is awesome. This gets rid of any of the stickiness that you have from stickers, or if you get glue in places you don't want it, it takes the sticky away. So if you don't have one, it's definitely a must-have. So like I said, I adhered the umbrella tops down using 3D foam squares, and I also glued down my sentiment, and I kind of overlapped the one on the right. And then basically to finish this off, I just added a couple of rhinestones for the eyes on the word thinking because I lost those pieces. I don't know what happened to them. And then I also put matching little topper faceted gems on the top of each umbrella. So here's my finished card. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Visit my website at cardsbykendra.com for more card inspiration and check out my blog for other card tutorials. Be sure to like my Facebook page or follow me on Instagram at Cards by Kendra. Thank you for watching.